Hi guys, this is Fei Wu from Feisworld Media. I'm really excited about this video because this is my second collaboration here on YouTube with FRANCY Stoyer from virtualhabit.fitness. So she's going to walk you guys through step by step how to use OBS and really brand your class in a very unique way with your logo, with graphics and countdown, and hook that up using virtual camera to your Zoom. This video has been highly requested because a lot of people don't want to just pick up another tool or another channel such as Twitch or elsewhere. So everyone wants to learn how to connect OBS with Zoom. It's a little bit tricky, and I want to preface this by saying that FRANCY did such a great job. She didn't skip any step whatsoever. She at some point is going to compare her screens as well. So it's a longer video. I hope you stick around. Make sure you look at the description below for show notes to jump to the places where it's going to be most helpful to you. Last thing before I head out, in addition to our thriving Facebook group, which finally reached 1,000 followers, very exciting, I have also started a series of tech and business webinars, live sessions with people who are interested. So all that materials are coming together for you to access freely. And please consider subscribing to my newsletter specific to Livestream. I've also included a link below, make it very obvious. Check that out. I can't wait to have you as part of the Feisworld Livestream tribe. And thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hi, my name is FRANCY Stoyer, and I am the owner-operator of Virtual Habit Fitness, and you are in my virtual studio. I have been teaching group fitness for going into my 4th year now, and we're kind of forced at this point to go virtual, right? So I wanted to give you some quick and easy steps to download OBS Studio, OBS Virtual Camera, and feed that right into Zoom. Let's go over to my computer and I will show you how to get OBS quickly downloaded. We'll make a fun little scene maybe with your logo, and then we're going to connect to Zoom and get you streaming and get your classes branded and something that is completely different and unique for you. I wanted to add one quick note before we get started. I am not a techie person. I'm a group fitness instructor that wants to use a little bit of technology to make my classes look a little bit different than everyone else's. I've only been using OBS for about 7 days, and Zoom I've been using for quite a while. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is download the OBS software. This is a free software program. You get it online. And then we need to go in and download the OBS Virtual Camera. So I'm just going to show you where to find this. I can't download it again. So it wouldn't make any sense to show you this and download it twice. But I'm going to give you some quick tips on this. Number one, you need to know, obviously, what your operating system is, right? So I use a Windows system, Windows 10. And you would choose that. And then when you get in there, it's going to ask you if you want to do the 64-bit or the 32-bit. Now, I ran into kind of a strange situation. When I look at my computer, it says that I have a 64-bit. However, the 64-bit didn't work. So I had to uninstall it, and I installed the 32-bit, and what do you know? It works just fine. So I really can't tell you that. Again, this is where the non-tech side of me comes in, and the 32-bit works for now. I can figure out all the other stuff later. So just make sure you download the one that's right for your system. Worst case scenario, you uninstall the wrong one and reinstall the other. It's just going to be a matter of time saving. When you do the download, it's going to take you through just like any other download system would be. And if you need to view that or look at that, there's plenty of videos on that already. So that's step number one. You have to have OBS Studio downloaded. Step number two, you have to find the OBS Virtual Camera. There's only one. So when you put it into your Google search or your search engine, whichever one you're using, this should come up and you go right here to the download. Pretty simple. Again, It just downloads. It's free. When you go through the setup wizard, it's going to ask you how many cameras you set up. Just set one up for now, unless you are like way ahead of me and you've got 2 and 3 cameras operating in your room and you want people to see different angles. That's the kind of stuff that OBS can do on the super techie side. I chose the camera that is my HD webcam. It's 120 degree view, wide angle lens. And if you have a small space like me, then I kind of recommend that. Again, if you need more information about downloading OBS or OBS Virtual Camera, make sure that you find those other tutorials on that process. And now we are going to go in and we're going to open OBS, and it'll show you the basic setup that occurs. Again, this is why I like OBS. So I'm going to open this up, and it's going to come from the point of view that I left at. So when I turned off my camera, this is the scene that was there when I closed the program. So you don't have to go in and open a whole bunch of stuff to find the things that you've already created. In fact, it's very easy to toggle in between, and you can toggle in between them during class. So if you wanted to have a fun little warm-up room with like a countdown and then move into your classroom, you can make those changes and those scene changes, and it's a lot of fun. So when I set up, I chose this camera, which is my HD camera. I don't like the camera that's on my laptop. I did buy this separately. Again, it's a 120 degree angle. So as you can see, it kind of makes my room look a little bit bigger, but honestly, this is like a 10 by 11 room. So it's also good for you as an instructor, in my opinion, because most people don't have a ton of space in their house. Okay, so let's get into a little bit of information about OBS and some of the stuff that you're seeing on the screen right now. So one of the things that you'll see down here is on the scenes side. These are the scenes that I've already created. Right here under sources is where I pull that information into the scenes. So anything that I add under sources is going to create a scene. Today we are not talking about the audio mixer, and scene transitions I'll show you how to do. It's just something extra. If you don't end up dealing with that, it's no big deal. Okay, so I've chosen my camera, and the default settings should come out with that. But for Zoom, what you want is right here on your resolution is 1920 by 1080. That's important. You can resize this screen right here, but choose 1980 or 1920 by 1080. Okay, the rest of the stuff, I would say just leave it as is. Don't worry about any of that. Okay, so I want to create a new scene. So we are going to add a new scene to the list. So I'm going to hit the plus button right here in scene. And I'm just going to type in plain logo scene. Okay? Give it a name. So now what happens is I have a blank screen. Well, nothing's wrong. I just have to add some information. So we're going to go right here to sources, hit the plus button like we did for scenes, and I need to add my video capture device. So right here, I have already added my HD webcam. So I'm going to add my existing. Again, that's in the setup piece, that's in the wizard piece. So this should already be done for you by the time you get there. And make sure to give it a name that you recognize. So I'm going to choose that. And here we are. So here is our camera, and you can see that there is a red stripe around the edge. That means that we can resize it. I'm going to show you how that's done. You simply take the mouse and you click, and you can resize. Now, the only thing I will say about resizing your video and then casting into Zoom, if you make it too small, then it doesn't make any sense for your class. So as big as you can leave your screen for them, because remember, sometimes people are using their phone. So leave it as big as you can on this screen right here. The only other thing I'm going to show you today is I'm going to add my logo to this. And that is, again, the same piece. So remember, our sources feed our scenes. So I'm going to go back to sources. I'm going to hit the plus, and I want to add an image. So let's do it as if I didn't have the image on here to show you that process. So I'm clicked under Create New, and I'm just going to say another logo. I've already loaded my logo, so I'm just going to say another logo. And it's just like you would do with any other piece. You're going to browse, and you need to find your the piece that you want to add. So let me grab, you know what? Let me grab this one just for fun because it's a different size. I'm going to load that onto there. I can see it in the background, and that's great. Remember, we can resize everything, so I'm going to hit OK. Now I'm just going to take this, oops, and I'm going to grab it, and I'm just going to resize it. Oop, that's too small. Those kind of things happen, right? And you can see that I keep moving my my camera around, so go down here to sources. When you're doing this stuff, go down here to sources and hit that lock button really quick. And now I can move this around without everything else moving around. See, we learn something new every day, right? Okay, so there's my logo. I'm going to stick it down here. I don't teach in that very corner of my room. I just teach back here. So having this right here blocked is not a big deal because this is literally right up against my desk. So I'm just going to throw my logo right there. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit the lock button so that when I'm toggling back and forth between scenes or I'm pressing things, nothing happens. So right now I'm pressing my mouse. Nothing's really happening. You see those little squares, nothing. You can't mess it up. When you want to undo it, you simply just hit the lock button and then you can click on it and move things around. Okay, don't be intimidated by OBS. It is actually a really cool system. And if you don't like to use Zoom and you want to feed this to something else, this works for YouTube. I believe it works for Twitch. And OBS is just a really fun system. The last thing I want to say about creating a scene is you can use PowerPoint. You can use Photoshop. I use Canva. I love Canva. For someone who's not techie, it gives me templates. It gives me ideas. I download a PNG or a JPEG, and then I can load those right here into my scene, and away we go. Okay, so let's take this. We'll start here. Let's take this, and now we're going to head over to Zoom, and I will show you the steps that we need to take to connect those two pieces. Okay, one thing that's going to be important right here is that we need to let our computer know that we want our video to stream from OBS. So I'm going to show you how to start the virtual camera, and then when we go over to Zoom, we're going to see it recognized. Now, one thing I would suggest is once you download OBS Studio, you download the virtual camera, and maybe you're working in there and you get your scene set up, you may need to restart your computer. I don't know if you have to, but that's my suggestion as a non-techie. Again, just restart the computer, let the computer kind of recognize what's going on. Under Tools, we're going to go to VirtualCam. This little thing is going to pop up. Notice that the target camera says OBS camera. This is part of the setup process, the download, the wizard. Those things will be done kind of beforehand. What I want to do right now is I want to start. So now the virtual camera is saying, okay, I'm picking up everything that is in front of the camera, what would you like me to do with it? Just hit the little X, okay? And now we're going to go into Zoom. And I've already got my Zoom open here. And let's host a meeting with video on. Now, I've already used OBS with Zoom. And as you can see, what is happening is the OBS camera is now feeding into there. So I'm going to show you a couple of quick things. So if you're using Zoom, you know that you usually have choices about what you want to use. You just choose OBS camera. As long as you have hit that start button, it should feed into Zoom. Again, if you're not seeing these types of settings, try to restart your computer, bring it up again, and try again. So there it is. OBS camera is feeding in. Also, what you're seeing is my logo is backwards, right? So that should drop down in just a second here. So every time I move the mouse. Anyway, so it's backwards. That's because I mirror the screen, not because OBS is feeding it backwards. Okay, so leave OBS as is. And the reason that I mirror my screen is because when I look at it, you know, I mirror my classes. That's just how I teach. So if I were to, again, change my video settings in Zoom, not in OBS, you know, to be honest, it's just kind of a personal preference what you want to do. I like my screen to be mirrored, and I like it to move with me. So when I move this way, I want to see also my screen moving in that direction. So that is really it on getting OBS to feed into Zoom. That's all you have to do, right? And I wish somebody would have just taken a couple minutes to share that piece with me. Let's do this. I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you both screens at the same time, just to show you how easy it is to toggle back and forth between your different scenes. So I've got OBS open, and then I've got Zoom open. And let's say I want to go to, now don't judge me on the lack of, you know, perfection on the warm-up room, but this is my warm-up room. This is what I do. And see, I've got this cool little timer. I've got a little thing that says, welcome to class. I do use a disclaimer. That's so that when I start maybe live feeding to Facebook Live or YouTube, something like that, something where I can't see the people or I might not know who's looking at the workout. And I use Canva for that. So you can do so many things with OBS. And again, this is just a way to differentiate and make it look more fun. If at any point you stop the video from OBS, you're just going to get a blank screen. So I will show you what that looks like so that you're not in shock in case something happened. And there it is. You get kind of a blank screen. So we'll start it again, and it comes right back up. It's really smooth. And you can toggle between your different scenes, and you can see that it's changing over here. So just know that there are lots of options out there. There are different ways to do this. Check the tutorials, check online, take the time. And I hope that today you have the ability as a fitness instructor to download that OBS, get something cool, and get your classes branded and something that's special for you. Get out there, get teaching, and I will see you on the other side of the camera.